Some of you will get caught up in this trap of constantly learning because you're afraid to sit down with one model, follow the rules, stick to that process, and let it yield whatever experience is intended for you. And then you have a baseline. That's why I could literally give out a model every single day. And some of you want me to do that. But the only thing it's going to do is like a dog in a meat market. You ain't going to know what to do. You're going to run around and you just chase everything. Instead of simply sitting down and saying, you know what? I'll just have a filet. Thank you. And I've done that with the 2022 model. I've done that just recently with the silver bullet model. I have lots more coming, but you don't have to have anything else. The optimal trade entry was enough. OTE pattern, the flagship that was on my YouTube channel. That's enough. The 2022 model, that's enough. You can use it in every session. London, New York, PM session. You can use it in London close. You can trade it in Forex. You can trade it in futures. You can trade it in crypto. You can trade it in whatever the heck you want to trade it in. It works. There's no excuse. You have zero excuse not to have some baseline by now. You should have some kind of experience to be able to say, you know what? This works. And I have to work on refining it, but I know it works because I've seen it in back testing, looking at where it has done this in the past. I tell you what time to look for these things to form. That way you're not just going around and looking at charts blindly. Go right to these specific times of the day. That's where it's going to form. For those people that go back in their old data and their old charts and they study that, they see it, they don't need me to do 50 examples of that. They don't need to see me do it live 50 times a week. They're sold on the idea, okay, there's something here. It merits more investigation because I see the evidence of this thing occurring. It's not contrived. It's not conjectured. It's not made up. It's not fabricated. It's really happening every day. And once you see that, you don't need to have anybody else to cheerlead for you. You know, okay, there's something here. I'm going to mine that. So I give you just a few models so that way you go in and you now start working on the skill sets that are required. Not veering off course, hopping from one PD array, one approach, fair value gap, inversion value gap, breakers, market maker models, buy, sell. There's 1,000 things out there that I teach. Every individual one of them is a model. Every single one of them is an individual model. But I give you, this is the best way to learn. I'm allowing you to pick your weapon. I've opened my arsenal doors. So here it is. Look what I have here. Pick your weapon. But nothing changes when it comes to time. Time of day, these things occur at specific times, certain days of the week, certain weeks of the month, certain month of the year. I'm allowing you to bring your personality, your personal influence, because you're the problem and you're the last puzzle piece. See, some of you are sitting around here, you're writing diligent notes, you're doing this, you're doing that, and that's wonderful. But you're all waiting for that last penny to drop. The last ICT puzzle piece. And then it's all going to come together. It's all going to be crystal clear. Once he tells me this one PD, the 81 PD arrays, final last one. That's it. That's it. That's the Holy Grail. No, it's not. If you walked over to your mirror right now, look at yourself real quick. That's the final puzzle piece. And it's always been you. You're the reason why you succeed, and you're the reason why you haven't succeeded yet. And ultimately, you and you alone are the only reason why you're going to fail. That's not me talking down to you. That's me telling you the way it is. That's just the way it is. Are you coming to me for a constant dose of something new, but have done nothing with what I've already given you?
Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome in, welcome in. Like the stream on your way, and if you'd be ever so kind, boys and girls. Good morning, Raphael. Good morning, Market Maker Slayer. Good to see you. Kevin Chan, good to see you. Soft Trades, good to see you. Good morning, Dawson. Pat, Carolyn. No, you do not need to be a member to watch the live, but you do need to be a subscriber to chat. So I appreciate the subscription, my man. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Pluto. Stefan Armaz. PEJW, good morning. Welcome, guys. Come on in. Kick your feet up and stay a while. I do want to apologize in advance. I think I got a little bit of a head cold going on. So if I sound a little raspy or I accidentally cough into the mic, that's why. Good morning, guys. So, looking at price action today, first and foremost, I guess, start with the economic calendar. ADP non-farm pre-market. We got PMI at 10 a.m. So, we still have more 10 a.m. red folder news. And market is opening up here in about a minute. So, we'll see what opening range has in store. You know, looking at this 4-hour time frame here on NASDAQ, we're kind of in some trapped order flow, to be honest. We're in between a bearish imbalance. We're also in between a bullish imbalance. So we do have that going on. We do also have SMT at the 4-hour and 1-hour highs between ES and NQ. So we got ES that put in a lower high, while NQ rated the high, put in a higher high. So if anything, it's because of the SMT possibly indicating more bearishness, but I'm not going to have like a strong bearish bias or anything like that. Going into the morning here. But let me go ahead and... Yeah, you guys can still see, obviously, how this daily range is playing out. And obviously, you can just see the mess that we're still inside of on the daily. Essentially, we had a new day opening gap right back up, which I know when two fair value gaps overlap, it's a balanced price range. Is that the same rule for volume imbalances or new day opening gaps here, boys and girls? You got new week opening gap, and you got new day opening gap, just overlapping here. So here we are, boys. Here we are. But yeah, I was looking at this to see if there's any previous day high or low sweep, which there's not. Remember, ES, we pointed out yesterday, did take its previous weekly low. NQ hadn't as of yet. So we'll see how that all shakes out. 4-hour. In between two imbalances here. 1 hour. Yeah, I don't know. The 1 hour is not really very clear. I mean, when you look at ES, like my eyes draw right to these equal highs, even though the SMT is there with NQ. So you wonder if maybe ES will run that out today. Anyway, but 15. Gosh, boys. Looking at regular trading hours. About a 60-point opening range gap. So nothing too crazy there. Man, look at this. Look at this price action here on the 1 minute for NASDAQ, boys. Just look at this. It just looks like it wants to just go straight down and wipe all of this trendline liquidity out. Don't it? Dun, 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 dun. Maybe raid the London low one more time. We raided it outside the kill zone. This is your 5 a.m. candle. London kill zone's 2 to 5 a.m. So literally 5 a.m. open. We wick below. Kill zone low. But that's pretty shallow. No first presentation as of yet. But yeah, to me, just looking at like smooth edges versus jagged, these lows look pretty good on the 1 minute. See, there's a higher time frame PD array right below. Yeah, not really. Honestly, if it comes for all of these lows, I think it just takes out the low, to be honest. Tiny little bearish 4-hour gap right here. I think this specific 4-hour candle closure in 25 minutes could be telling. You know, if we get a strong close above here, I think these highs could be very much in play with the equal highs on ES. But if we end up closing below and showing respect here, yeah, I guess I wouldn't be surprised to maybe look for price to trade to this low here. So we'll see how it all shapes out here, folks. But kind of a hard tell at the moment, I'd say. But looking at the poll, we got what, 76% feeling bullish today. Oh boy, we got 3/4 of the chat feeling bullish today, boys. I might need to lock that up before people start changing their votes. If this thing starts tanking, all of a sudden we're gonna get a bunch of bearish votes. Good morning, Maida. Good to see you. Allie, good to see you. Just took a long off current session, point of control, and VWAP retest. Nvidia on the up, and VIX is dropping. Yeah, where's our VWAP today? Do we have a VWAP open? Kinda, yeah. Little bit. Does that mean we get seek and destroy today? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, where's our point of control? We'll just go off of, what is today? Tuesday. Or today's Wednesday, ain't it? Shit. Where's Tuesday price? Mason, you have to let me know if this is how you do it as well. But the way that I draw like volume profile, if I were to use it, would be using regular trading hours. So today's Wednesday, so I would, this is Monday. Wednesday obviously just started. What the fuck? Where's Tuesday? I would just use regular trading hours. Here we go. So that'd find yesterday's point of control value area high and low. As you can see, it's up here. Extend those across if you want, and then I guess you do the same thing with developing price. So then you have current developing point of control, value area high and low. You have yesterday's levels. I think some people probably add like previous week levels, I would assume as well. Maybe previous month levels, I don't know. I know a little bit about volume profile, yeah. We used to use it back in the Forex Dizay. Price traded up for now into what, first quadrant here of the opening range gap. Oops, wrong quarters. So first quadrant of the opening range gap being tapped into right now. Only a 67 point opening range gap today. So let's see if price wants to actually just fill the entire opening range gap in reverse. If I remember correctly, that was the narrative ICT taught in his lecture a couple weeks ago. If the opening range gap was less than 70 points. We'll see. Well, Pluto, you've been saying shorts since I started the stream, which was before market open, and all we've done is go higher. What up with that? What up with that, man? Come on. I'm supposed to use you for a signal service? The fuck? First presentation forming here from the looks. Yeah, you can trade news at Topstep, Shiva. Oh. 14 seconds for the close here. First presentation printing right over top the first quadrant of opening range gap. Oof, that's kind of ugly, ain't it? I think that looks kind of ugly. ES and NQ. Yeah, we'll see. It seems like recently a lot. First present, like we've been seeing at opening, opening bell or shortly thereafter. It really seems like first presentation fair value gap has been respecting very often and then pushing straight away. We'll see if it's the same today. I don't really have like a whole lot of conviction with just taking a trade solely because of a first presentation fair value gap. But it is something that has been playing out a lot recently. Just seeing price continue off of first presentation. I'm sure there's a plenty of people that just do that. Market opens up, they can't wait to press the button. Let me get in a trade, boys. No, I'm not going to enter. That's not nearly enough. One confluence? If all I ever needed was one confluence to enter a trade, then shit, we could take 50 trades every session. We could probably take a trade every 1 minute candle. Make it 60 trades. Coffee's right here. Got it in the Yeti. But yeah, let's tape read this first presentation for value gap. It's just been playing out a lot recently. I was just pointing out an observation, folks. Bro, you're talking to avoid. Everyone in this chat trades ICT. Yeah, I think, Mason, you said you trade ICT as well, but you just added in volume profile. Is that correct or no? I definitely have no problem if people add things to their own ICT analysis if it helps them out. I'm just not convinced that it would actually help me. So I don't do it, but yeah, I definitely I definitely have no problem with people trading other strategies. I think there's probably a lot more people that struggle with ICT concepts than struggle with other stuff, just because there's so much with ICT all the time, right? There's so many different things to keep in mind. It's so easy to get fooled and take a trade in the wrong direction because of narrative or bias being incorrect based on something you know what I mean? It's just, there's a lot of shit. I feel like the only benefit of other strategies is it definitely gives more of a 2D simplistic black and white narrative. So at the end of the day, as long as there's logic being traded, I don't give a shit if it's ICT or whatever. Yeah, exactly, Mason. Yeah, that's how I ended up that's how I ended up settling on ICT after I did so much strategy hopping my first couple of years, is because I'm just like, it just makes sense to me. Like, I fully believe that the markets are manipulated. You know, I believe everything is manipulated, honestly, but I fully believe that the markets are manipulated. I don't believe in price doing things at random. I believe very strongly in price is always constantly looking to seek and destroy liquidity and rebalance, just because I've seen it repeat so fucking often that it's like, how could I deny what my own eyeballs are seeing, you know? And it just makes sense. Like, market being very efficient, market is always looking to, a lot of times, kill two birds with one stone, sweep liquidity and rebalance, and then continue to the next objective. And then when we see price being range bound, it's just accumulating liquidity. So to me, that makes a lot of logical sense. And when I traded other strategies, I found myself a lot of times succumbing to this notion that price is gross today. It's just, you know, it's being random. It's doing random shit, and like, so it was hard for me to really resonate with a lot of that stuff. You know. So I guess trading ICT allowed me to be just more accountable. Like, I don't view the market as when it stops me out that it was just a random act, a random movement. You know, I genuinely believe, like, when I lose, I probably did something wrong, or I probably just viewed something wrong, or I just traded it in a condition that I shouldn't have been. Either way results in a stop loss usually, right? Oh, what's up, Chad? Good to see you, man. Weekend was good. I think I got my my one cousin had like a little, it was like a birthday party / like diaper party. They're having a baby in like a month. So he had it at a local hometown bar, and there was like a bunch of old family and friends that showed up. And anyway, yeah, I think one of those bastards got me sick. So now I got stuffy nose, a cough, sore throat, no fever. But shit, I haven't been sick in forever. But other than that, man, it was good. Other than that, I think it was good. Shit. Gotta do works for you. This is the key. No one is right or wrong, better or worse. We're all trying to make money, baby. Amen. Amen, amen. Yeah, I made a TikTok about this a long time ago. I remember just people were fighting in my comments about, like, so some ICT trader was picking on somebody else for using something else. So I'm just like, okay, that's probably my biggest knock on the ICT community as a whole, is it seems like it's a bunch of arrogant weirdos that, like, I don't know, they just like fanboy ICT so hard that they don't actually look at anything with their own ability to be an independent thinker. They've heard ICT just pick on everybody else that trades other strategies, and now that's what they do. When in reality, it's like we all know plenty of ICT traders that are getting probably effed more times than not. So it's just a double standard. But they'll learn. They'll get to a point where they thought they had all the ICT analysis locked in and they still lost, and then they're just sitting there saying, "What the hell?" Once the market humbles you enough times, it doesn't matter what your strategy is. Ivermectin for your cold. Is it bad that I don't even know what ivermectin is? No, I usually try to not put anything in my body. I just let it run its course. What I should do is I should go sit in the sauna and just sweat all these demons out. sorry, Market Maker Slayer. I'm not an expert on the drug and pharmaceutical world as a whole. I mean, other than it's a big monopoly, and I'm definitely a big conspiracy theorist when it comes to the pharmaceutical industry. Arrogant weirdo describes ICT himself. Yeah. I actually don't disagree. I think it's pretty obvious ICT has some flaws. We all got some flaws, but I think that's probably why there's a lot of dislike for him. I mean, one, I think some of the stuff he has shared has been suspect at times, even regarding his own trading stuff, but even outside of that, just the way he behaves, it's for attention, guys. Let's not get it twisted. It's absolutely a character that he puts on that garners attention, and it works really well. The guy's got coming up on 2 million YouTube subscribers. Like, in terms of marketing, I mean, that guy is a literal walking, living legend. Let's not get that twisted. Pluto, you've been saying shorts all morning, and then it's just been going higher, and I already know how this conversation's gonna go. It's if it eventually dumps, you're just gonna say, "Told you so." It's like my buddy Sam. God bless him. Every time Bitcoin goes higher, he just says, "Keep waiting, it's coming." And then when it dips a little bit, he goes, "Told you so." I remember the last thing he said when we were like teetering around like 60,000 ish on Bitcoin. He was like, "Oh, low 50Ks incoming," and we went straight to 100,000. But don't try to tell him he was incorrect. He'll still say he was right because it dipped eventually. Called it since yesterday. Yeah, well, you know, it's not really. I'm not trying to pick on you, Pluto. What I would say is, anybody can say short or long in a general big scope, and then 2 days later, if it plays out, say, "I told you so." That really doesn't take a whole lot of. It's not really too impressive. Hard to make money off that analysis as well, you know what I'm saying? We need some precision. We need some precision from you, Pluto. If you're going to send signals, send some signals, would you? Stop with this cat and mouse game with the chat. If you're going to send a signal, send a signal. Come on. We need entry, TP, and stop loss. See you guys saying ES is dumping. Wow, look at this gap on ES. That's clean. What time is it? Macro is starting. Inverse first presentation. Reacting from a 15-minute PD array. Dang. The 4-hour candle hasn't closed yet, but that's kind of what I was waiting for. Get us into this new 4-hour candle. Seeing how we close regarding this gap right here, I think is important. I mean, guys, just look where we are. Look where we're at on the 4-hour. Before everybody starts shooting their load all over the price action, and getting all excited. This is where we're at on the 4-hour. With yes, SMT here. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty clean on the ES here for a short. This displacement down, this fair value gap holding. Looks good for a short, yeah. I won't deny it. I won't deny it. You got low resistance liquidity here. We do have 10 a.m. news, though, as well, right? So we got red folder news in 4 minutes. Man. Give me some ivermectin. For example, I use ICT constants for stop loss once in a winter. 3 PD arrays disrespected. That's my stop loss. Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's pretty much it. Trying to put your stop loss in a protected area below. Yeah, 3 PD arrays is ideal. Well, the more the better, but. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop the poll here. If you didn't vote, you got like 5 seconds to vote. Bullish or bearish? Most of the chat is bullish. We know that Pluto in the chat is extremely bearish. He's been calling for short since yesterday. I'm gonna end that poll. I'm gonna end the poll before anybody changes their vote. Let's see what news does here in a couple of minutes, boys. We got ES selling off pretty hard from that fair value gap. So yeah, clean. I don't have an issue necessarily if anybody was feeling those shorts right there. Back down to 8:30 open. So weird that, look at the difference with New York Midnight today on ES. Look where New York Midnight is in relation to price on ES versus NQ. We're below New York Midnight on NASDAQ. We're above it on ES. But yeah, man, bullish or bearish? Going off this 4 hour, obviously if you're bearish, you're probably looking for a open high, distribute lower. If you're bullish, exact opposite, open low, distribute higher. And looking at this 4 hour close, we're about to get the close here in a minute. It looks like it's going to disrespect this little gap right here. Possibly. Yep, did not short, William. Did not short. We got news here coming out in 10 seconds. Hands off any buy or sell buttons right now. Oh. My one, this is trippy. My one trading view chart up here printed like 2 seconds before this one did. That was trippy. I'm going to go ahead and delete opening range gap. That's what these quadrants represent. So I'm going to delete this. We've basically filled most of the opening range gap at this point, so keep our chart clean. So 4 hour inversion here. This yellow shaded area. This is first presentation we reclaimed. We do have an SMT right now, currently, with this high. Second gap. Yeah, I'm not even gonna look at the 30 second. It'll tempt me to do something that I might regret. Maybe. Yeah, we have bullish SMT as well. Yep. SMT both sides. Man, first and second grade were easy, but social studies division, this is going to be tough. Yeah, I don't see anything clear, so I'm just chilling. Just chilling. Back to first presentation. Little Bissy action here. Man, ES has fallen off a cliff. What's Dow doing? Oh, Dow is sinking. Holy shit. Sheesh. All right. Come on, Pluto. Where you at, dog? Bum, 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 bum. Man, 43 points. Yeah, I might try this short, boys.
Order filled.
All right, I went and hopped in there. Stop above the fair value gap. Dun, 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 dun. And honestly, this might be a quick, like, get the fuck off the charts day if this fails. I think we end up with Seek and Destroy if this doesn't play out. Bum, 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 ba-dum. My entry, my fill got, I think I got a pretty bad fill, 527.5. Yeah. It slipped up right after I entered. Not quite a 1 to 3, just under a 1 to 3 R. Well, Mason, what's the volume profile saying right now? I appreciate the well wishes of luck. If this fails at seek and destroy, just turn off the charts. Yep. Pluto, you're stealing my lines. I literally just said that. Quit stealing my ideas, man. Yes, Will Coleman. Yep. Callie, I am from Wisconsin. Where are you from? Yes, ES is weaker. I agree. Not yes, sir. I just I have a disdain for ES. I've convinced myself that when I take trades on ES, regardless of if it's weaker or stronger, it just doesn't work for me. I don't know. I just take everything on NQ now. Probably silly logic, I understand, but I'm working on it. Missouri. I was in Missouri once. Good old St. Louis. Went up in the arch. That was fun. Tyler trades? What the hell? Hey, give me my name back. I never really know how to answer that question, Tyler. Technically, I first got introduced to trading back in 2016, 2017. I dabbled in it for a little bit. Didn't really do much in like 2018. Late 2019, started getting back into it. Didn't really start taking it like serious at all until like late 2019, early 2020. And then I've only been trading ICT concepts since probably like going on 3 years. So yeah, I've been around the charts and trading for a bit. Experience in pretty much everything. Forex, crypto. The only thing I've never done is options. I've never done options trading. I've done binary options with Forex. That's about it. But otherwise, yeah, especially strategy wise, I feel like if you name a strategy, I've probably tried it in the past for a bit. I did what the average trader usually does. Start with a strategy, go on a little losing streak, so you switch strategies, and then you think you found the holy grail, and then you take a couple losses, and then you switch again, and then a month later you're like, that old strategy I was using I think would work better. I'm gonna go back to that. So I did all that stuff. And then you'd like try to like marry two different strategies together and try to conceive a redheaded stepchild. Yeah. Strategy hopping is the key to lose money. That's right. That's right. Now, I think there is some value, at least in it. Like, I'll just speak for myself. I do think there is some value in the sense of like, when you finally land on a strategy that resonates with you, you're not sitting here wondering like, well, what if I could make it better by doing this or that or whatever. When you start, like some people that start with ICT and then they like have a little dry streak or they start losing a little bit, it's very easy probably for them to like be like, I'm going to look somewhere else for something else, because they don't, they don't know what they don't know. They've never tried anything else. So, you know, I've tried support and resistance. I've tried trend lines. I've tried EMAs. I've tried supply and demand. I've tried volume profile. I mean, I've literally done it all. Scalping, swing trading, intraday. Great way to lose money. I agree. I wouldn't say that's the most ideal route, but it is the route that most people end up going on, because you kind of have to get burned by the stove yourself before you, you know, everyone tells you all these tips and stuff on social media, but nobody actually really listens to those. Everybody's got to make the mistakes themselves and learn the hard way. And I absolutely was one of those people as well. Fuck, dude, this is starting to look like possible seek and destroy. If it fails, you're gonna cry under the bed. If it fails, I'm just gonna likely probably not take any more trades this morning. My buddy Kane, who's on the live, just texted me and said I'm cracking him up. Thanks, Kane, if you're watching. Do you trade full time now? I mean, I don't know what you consider full time. It's not my biggest stream of income, if that's your question, but I don't have like a job. William, you can send a picture in the Discord. Send a picture in the Discord if you're in it. I was thinking about deleting the Discord just because, one, I mean, I don't really use it. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I had it in the past, and I was like, well, you know, I fucking put a lot of effort into this at one point, and I'm like, just deleting it. There's like 500-600 people in there. So I, you know, but I would use it as much as you guys want to use it. Like if you guys wanted to use the Discord as a means of having a community and like also open line of communication outside of these YouTube live streams, I would encourage you guys to utilize, you know what I mean? Utilize the Discord as much as you want, and we can get it popping, but we can't do it. No one man can get that Discord popping by itself. It's gonna take a team effort, boys. You feel me? But the Discord, there should be a link somewhere in the chat if you scroll up. The Streamlabs bot is sending it every like 15 minutes. I want to say something like that. Maybe it hasn't sent it yet. Oh yeah, it did. 9:53 New York time. 8:53 my time. If you scroll up, maybe I can repost it. Here, I'll pin it. I just pinned the free Discord if you want to join it. Yeah, I would maybe consider taking my risk off if we can get below a recent low, but maybe yeah, I wouldn't want to see price get back up here. If we get back up here, we're probably going higher. I'll move my stop down to above this high. So my stop is trimmed to here now. Bearish for value gap being tapped. Let's go. Get some speed for us. Get some speed for us, boys. Come on. Come on. Nas crack. All right, Wise. I'll check your message here in a little bit. Or if I go back and draw down. What is this? Falling wedge? Demand zone? What time frame am I looking at? Wise, I'm not gonna lie. Looking at this chart gives me PTSD. I'm seeing a lot of lines, a lot of boxes, and a lot of colors. It's making me twitch. But was there some, I'm sorry, Wise. Was there something you wanted me to look at specifically? Or were you calling for a long there? My bad. I see your up arrow. I see the RSI. Is that the RSI or stochastic below your chart? Are you using harmonic patterns as well? That's another strategy I forgot to tell you guys I used. I used to use a harmonic scanner. Yeah, I used to use it. Gartley patterns, bat patterns, bro. Shark. Man. Yeah, I really did try everything. Use crystals. Yeah, I basically just let this dollar bill fall. This is heads. This is tails. So I just let this flop on my desk. Heads or tails. And that's it. Yeah, moon cycles is the next strategy we're going to if we decide ICT is not cutting it. We're going to moon cycles, boys. All right, Pluto, I'm looking. Pluto, let me guess. Your chart looks like mine, kind of. Hi, Pluto. Okay, I'm looking at... Okay, you're showing the daily chart. Is there something specific on the daily chart you want us to look for here? It just looks messy to me. I see you got sell side levels marked out. Weekly midnight open? That's a new one. I've actually never seen someone mark that out. Weekly midnight open. So when you mark weekly midnight open, oh my god, are you when you mark weekly midnight open, are you just marking the Monday? Yeah, I guess Monday midnight, right? All right, boys, stop loss incoming. This is awfully gross. The harmonic patterns may outperform ICT in this market this morning. Stop is 330 even. 330 bucks. Just inverse this bearish fair value gap. Not ideal. Mason Clark now sending some. See, this is what I'm talking about, boys. We're getting this Discord. We're making this Discord great again. Come on now. Volume profile. Kraken silver bullet indicator. Man. Safer. It's always just interesting to see like how everybody does their charts up. Value area low and point of control long, it looks like he took here. Into yesterday's New York value area low. No shit. Right on. That's clean stuff, Mason. And then you, hang on here. Yeah, you bought 10, sold 5, 2. Okay, so you were partialing. Got you. And then got stopped at break even on the runner. Looks like, right? Oh, a little. Wait. Buy 521. Yeah, stopped in profit. Yeah, boys, stop loss likely incoming here. This is pretty nasty. How unfortunate. Wednesday morning. This is this type of price action that's supposed to happen tomorrow morning.
Order filled.
Yeah, stopped out there minus 328. Gave me a benefit of the doubt there. Gave me a couple bucks. 328.70. Yeah, guys, this is dirty. Pretty dirty if you're an ICT trader, I'd say. If you adhere to ICT logic, pretty dirty. Yeah, I'll hang out here for a little bit longer and see how things are shaping out, but in all likelihood, that very well could be my only trade of this morning. Just, if conditions stay like this, there's just no point in me trying to force it. Yeah, still on those combines, JD Dutch. Like I told you guys, my focus right now is getting these across the finish line. It's kind of good timing too, because I mean, I think we're all in agreement that price action on the higher time frame, like the daily, is pretty ass. So I've just been trying to be risk off and smart and trade accounts that I'm not as, that I don't care about as much, I guess, if that makes sense. But you know, if I can still trade them smart, I can add to the portfolio. You feel me? So that's the idea. At least get us through some of this first couple week of price action here with Trump in office and going crazy with the tariff wars and all this other shit going on. So yeah, I feel like last year, that's probably not something that I would have done. Knowing myself and like thinking back to last year, I would force it on my funded just because my mindset was like, oh, if I trade on a combine instead of my funded accounts, well, I could make money, or I could have a winning trade. I could have great price action, and I'll waste it on a combine when I could have made money. And ultimately, that resulted in me taking losses on my fundeds that I didn't need to, and you know, setting myself back a little bit. But yeah, so trying to exercise great patience as far as that goes. I know it's the beginning of the year. Everybody's eager to make all this money from trading, and you see all these social media people posting about how they've already made $100 grand in the first month of the year. Guess what? We're not them. You be happy for them. You sip your coffee, and you do what you got to do, okay? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy decision in terms of like, if you just look at things logically, you're not thinking, if you're not thinking with the emotional part of your brain, which is easier said than done. I feel like most of the time, the reason we all get shit on from time to time is because we're thinking with emotion and not our logical brain. And it's like, you don't really got to go any deeper than the daily chart to just ask yourself, is price action and order flow clean? No. Okay, well, if you can obviously say that, then does that justify being a little bit more risk off? Probably. You know, and then for maybe these, like, there's other traders out there. I trade only NASDAQ and ES. Who knows, man? Maybe right now oil is going crazy and gold is maybe performing well. I don't know. I don't trade those. I forced myself to trade a little oil August 2023 just because I had the private Discord, and people, like, when we got poor price action, I felt bad because we weren't executing a lot of trades. And just notice how like bass backwards that logic sounds. Like, we weren't executing a lot of trades, but people were obviously a part of this private community, and I just felt bad that we weren't really taking all that many trades. We were just sitting on our hands a lot that August, and oil was moving pretty decent from the looks of it, so I traded some oil, but that decision was rooted entirely in feeling obligated to do so. Which is not a great way to go about your trading. You don't want to trade something else that you might not have a lot of conviction in just because you're feeling obligated to do so, or if you're feeling like FOMO and impatient because you're wanting to make money, well, that's just usually where the downward spiral begins. I think he's moving like the best believe. Golden. Well, I only say that because every time I mention like price action on indices being maybe not super obvious and clean, you'll always get people in comment section be like, bro, try trading gold. Bro, trade oil. It's like, dude. I think people really think that they're given some sort of like brainbuster answer when they say that. And then you have other people who trade different strategies, and they'll say, bro, just stop trading ICT. ICT concept stands for I can't trade. I actually went long because we hit a dingleberry pattern down here, and it hit my TP when it hit your stop loss. LOL. So there's a lot of cherry pick. If you feed into the comments of others, there's a lot of cherry picking going on, which I think we can all agree doesn't take a whole lot of impressive effort. But yeah, so yeah, I'm down 328 right now. These these 3 accounts are fighting me to get across the finish line. All because that one day that I was supposed to full port and I under leveraged like an idiot. You guys remember that? God. Yeah, that's how this all started, by the way. That all started because of I decided to do a full port Friday on stream. Looking at your Discord messages again here. Mason says, buddy of mine created his own ICT indicator. I like it because you can mark out all kinds of liquidity levels, keep charts clean. Nice. Weiss is calling for higher prices. Man, I can't pronounce half your guys' names. Neyrana Mas. Neyrana Mas is long right now. On a CFD NASDAQ chart. Hell yeah. Yeah, wish you luck. But no, the trade short, I don't know. I thought it was a decent idea here. In all seriousness, a lot of trendline liquidity. I think we all agree. A lot of trendline liquidity here. SMT at the high. We violated the bullish SMT down here when we had this displacement lower. So yeah, traded back up into this bearish breaker, bearish unicorn pattern, breaker overlapping a fair value gap, and then wanted to see price break down. And again, trading through this low, that was gonna likely be a move stop to break even point for me. Got close yet again today, didn't get there. I guess actually my first entry was I was a part of this move here. So I mean, yeah, 6 points from removing risk. So we're just generating liquidity, bro. I don't know when the dump's coming, but when it comes, it's going to be fast and furious. Nasty, if we get Patrick Whelan, if you guys go to if you guys go to his chat and start asking him about ICT concepts, you guys will be in for a treat then. Yeah, YM's usually in its own world. William, you think the dump already happened? Yeah, I mean either way, like the when is the question. It's not really a matter of if. We know that this liquidity will be ran at some point, whether that's like in any time in the near future or not. But even on these higher time frames, like here's a daily, relative equal lows. Like there's just so much built up sell side. Same with ES. But same with the highs too on ES specifically, right? Like look at the range we're in. We're diddling in the middle, boys. We're diddling right in the middle. Diddle in the middle, let me play with your fiddle. Come on, come on. Yeah. I started trading ICT. I don't remember the exact date. It's getting close to 3 years though, I want to say. I traded right before ICT. I traded a lot of supply and demand, so it was a lot of like kind of blending it together. But like I was even though it was supply and demand, like a lot of people refer to supply and demand as smart money concepts, right? A lot of the supply and demand traders I've ever heard and seen, it was always, you're still looking for liquidity, order blocks for your supply and your demand levels, and imbalance, right? The best order blocks have a fair value gap. That's something ICT teaches as well. So yeah, like my signature pattern it was kind of pattern trading, if I'm being totally honest. My signature pattern when I was trading supply and demand would be like, okay, you have, let's say, buy side here. You have sell side down here. And what I would look for would be, like, let's say we're range bound, right? Range bound, sideways, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden we get this big manipulation, one side of the range. And then I'd wait for price to return back into the range. And essentially the very last candle that swept the liquidity here would be I'd set a buy limit on the opening price, stop at the low, and then I'd set a TP up at the opposing liquidity. So it's like, and that was me trading supply and demand. But I would look for this. I would look for this exact pattern. Inside of like kill zone times, and I was trading Forex. But yeah, put my buy limit here. Like this. If the candle had a wick, if the wick wasn't ridiculous, I would include the wick. And I would just do this. And then I would look at this as my demand zone. And then if it was vice versa, supply zone. And the way that I was kind of taught that and like looked at that was, you know, when you're trading smart money concepts, you're trying to trade like the banks, right? That's the catchphrase, trade like the banks. So the way that was kind of sold to me was market makers and the big banks and the institutions, whatever, purposely drove price lower. Here, if I purposely drove price lower into liquidity and then push price higher. So they accumulated a bunch of longs down here, right? And essentially, when price was pushing higher, they were still holding their short orders that pushed price lower. So what do they got to do? They got to get back. They got to get back to the opening price of their short orders, so they can close those short orders and let their longs be in profit. That was the logic I used, and that's how I was taught supply and demand. For right or for wrong, I'm just telling you guys. I'm relaying. I'm the messenger. Market maker theory, I guess, or one of the many theories for market maker, whatever. But yeah, that was that. So the idea was that the banks and institutions and big money had to come back to mitigate their opposing orders, where you could then get in and ride the institutional move. Sounds good, right? I think it sounds good. Yo, he wanted to have an ICT trader live trading with him. Let's go there just for fun. Nasty, are you in Florida? You're telling me he hasn't gotten. I think, doesn't Dodgy live in Florida? I'm surprised Dodgy hasn't. They play soccer together, I thought I saw, or something on Twitter. I'm surprised he hasn't gone there yet. But yeah, I'd be game. I'd trade with that little ginger. He seems like a fun time. No, that's all right, William. I'll save you the time. I probably won't watch it. But I do appreciate the offer. Please don't take offense to my comment. Yeah, this is high resistance for sure. He sent William. You sent it anyway. You rebel. You absolute rebel, you. I mean, yeah. Look at the work here on the 15. Those wicks are nasty. They're nasty. No, yeah, you're all good, William. Yeah, well, let's we've waited this long. We'll see what this next macro has in store for shits and gigs. Low percentage chance that I'll take something, but never say never, boys. We learned that from Justin Bieber years ago. Never say never. Oh, man. Yeah. What do you think are high probability SMTs? That is a great question, Achu. What do I think are high probability SMTs? For me, I would say SMTs that occur in a higher time frame PD array. So higher time frame PD array could be a relative statement. I would prefer an hour, like an hourly PD array, like an hourly fair value gap, an hourly order block. Inside of a macro, SMT forms. You see that displacement reversal. That to me is the highest probability SMTs. Right? And now if you scale up in time frame, right, and you go to like an hourly, 4 hour, etc., you see these higher time frame PD arrays. You know, if you get a very prominent SMT around like a London kill zone, let's say, right? So you could get like a London manipulation with a New York session continuation profile. I would say that is high probability as well. However, outside of that, I think a lot of the times you'll see that SMT fail. And you'll see price eventually just go run that out. Especially like, let's just look at today for an example. So if I'll show you guys my other screen here, boys. So like looking at ES, first thing we pointed out this morning when we got on, one of the first things was this SMT at the highs, right? Now, this SMT at the highs, would you say this is low or high probability, chat? I'm like just genuinely asking. This isn't like a gotcha. I'm just curious to know your guys' thoughts on that. But, you know, when you look at this example, just for the question's sake, let's see. This SMT happened yesterday. This is the 4 hour chart, remember, right? So this is yesterday's AM session. And we see price raid this and then trade back into the range. We marked this out, yes. We were aware of it. However, I would not personally have considered this higher time frame. That's why when we got on, I was looking for more context, looking for more structure. I said I wasn't going to be bearish just because of this. So I just wanted to see more data to then maybe further validate possibly becoming bearish. Well, then we got this inversion, and now I'm thinking to myself, oh, maybe we're gonna, you know, be I'm thinking to myself like maybe we're gonna be bullish after all after this inversion here, trading up from this 4 hour, going for external high. The reason that I ended up still going short was because, remember I said if you're bullish going into 10 a.m., you would want to see open, low, distribute higher. So open, low, high, close for your power of 3. And when news came out at 10 a.m., we just manipulated higher right away, forming SMT on the lower time frame. So I guess essentially you could maybe chalk that up if you wanted to tie reasoning to why the loss happened. you would say too zoomed into the lower time frame. Right? So for any journaling purposes, that's what you'd say. Too zoomed into the lower time frame. For forgetting essentially, or throwing out the window, not honoring per se what you were analyzing on the 4 hour. So I would say that would be why that loss happened. Zoomed into the lower time frame too much. Because it did, right? We came up, we formed SMT. It ain't like there was no logic in the lower time frame. It's just, but the lower time frame narrative, that's what it is. SMT. Displacement, change in state of delivery, market structure shift, market structure, blah, 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 unicorn model, low resistance liquidity here. So it ain't, I'm not going to sit here and say there's no logic, because there's logic, right? And you can see reasons, you can see clear, obvious reasons for price to go attack lower. So I'm not going to sit here and say it's like, oh, stupid, right? But I can zoom out and say, well, this is why it happened. So like I was saying earlier about like, when I felt like I was trading other strategies, I felt like I would succumb to the mindset of randomness more often than not. Using ICT, the benefit of it, even though it can be not as simplistic at times, the benefit of it is pretty much all the time, if I just get away from the charts, zoom back out, reassess, you can always find logic in maybe something that you maybe initially thought, and then because you got caught up in the 1 minute, you might have got sucked into something else or flipping your bias. But you can see the logic in that, right? Hopefully. And I can always find a way to put the accountability on myself. If you find yourself putting blame on strategy, I think that's a very slippery slope. It's not productive. You need to trade something that's going to be putting the blame on you at all times. Like our old friend Jim Rohn said, "Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better." Bar. Anyways, y'all, embarrassed till the day I die. All right, peace out, Pluto. Good to see you, man. Till I die. Create a voice channel in the Discord. Well, we would need a lot of people wanting, be willing and wanting to join it, right? Guys, listen, I'm totally open to any and all suggestions as far as the Discord goes, because the whole point of the Discord is for you guys. And I would love to make that as valuable as a place as it can be. And I'll probably only be able to do that with your guys' feedback, to tell you the truth. So we can create it together, boys. Whatever you guys think would be necessary. I just don't want to add a bunch of stupid shit that like people are just flaunting out all these ideas of like, let's do this, and there's just like a million things. It's got to be organized and efficient. Less is more, right? Yeah, I think it's like 5. Well, let's check. I think it's like 500 or 600 right now. I don't know. A lot of people join it, and then I think a lot of people leave it because they don't see like there's no denying there's not a whole lot of activity going on in there at the moment. So yeah, there's a lot of turnover right now. People coming and going. Yeah, there's like 600, just under 600 right now. What's up, OMFX? What's up? What's up? Good to see you. Any more strippers? There might be some in there, William. You never know. The other only bad thing about the Discord too is you get like I get like all these like fake Discord accounts popping up in there, and then they message people. What the fuck is this? I'm now seeing this in the newcomers. Some guy, Lux All in Gox, is trying to recruit people for like a parlay. What the hell? I didn't even see this. Looks like he's doing some sports betting though. All right. Well, why did I not see this? This was on... What the fuck? Nice. Yeah, no, I'll get some like fake accounts made, and then they go in there and they start messaging people and like probably trying to scam them out of money, which is unfortunate. So every like couple days I go and I make sure there's no scammers. No scammers in the chat. Let me check here quick. Make sure there's no scammers. I did see a Tyler Trades in the YouTube chat today. Did you guys see? There was actually a Tyler. He might still be here. Tyler Trades, are you there? There was another Tyler Trades in the chat. Wow. Their data was delayed. There he is. See, there is another Tyler Trades. What the hell? I'm not laughing at you, Tyler. I just pulled up your YouTube in front of everybody. I'm doxing you. Sorry. We got the same name, man. I gotta check it out. We got some Rocket League. We got some Fortnite. 4 years ago, Buddy's getting dubs out here. Buddy's getting straight up dubs out here. Buddy's playing builds. Tyler, do you still play builds or nah? I can't do it. I can't. I suck at editing. I can't do that. Yeah, which Tyler are you talking about? Tyler, where's the trading vids, bro? Your name is Tyler Trades Futures. This guy seems wholesome though. I'm digging Tyler Trades. I'm not gonna lie. This channel is where my love of family, gaming, taekwondo, hip hop, breakdancing, gymnastics, aerobics, acrobatics, swimming, Minecraft, music, and all things fun and cool collide. Hope you enjoyed my channel. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for the support. Absolutely. I'll give you a sub. Tyler Trades. Come on, dude. Why not? You seem like a good guy. Tyler Trades, you seem like good people. Never change. Never make trading videos. 3 years, close probability. We'll start making videos when profitable. Fair enough. Fair enough. Bro followed himself. Yeah, that threw me off, dude. When I saw your name in the chat, I'm like, what the? But that what I originally thought of was like on Discord, there's all these like fake Tyler Trades accounts that message people and try to scam them. So I'm sitting in my head, I'm like, is this the same thing or no? Clearly not. Yo, Tyler, do you know why my TradeVid account rejects my buy limit? I connected it through TradingView, and I have paid for the futures charts. Abika, reject your buy limit. Yeah, I mean, are you on a combine through Topstep, or are you on a combine account, eval account? That's first and foremost. If you are, then you could have either hit max limit, your max loss. You're on combine. Okay, yeah, you might have hit max daily loss, which if it's a 150K account, it's 3K. Or yeah, it's 3K on a 150K account. For I forget what, 2K probably for a 100K. 1,500 maybe for a I want to say 1,500 or 1,000 for a 50K account. So you might have hit max daily loss, which is not a rule on Topstep X anymore, but it is for all the other platforms. You also may be using too big of a contract size. For a 50K account, it's 5 max contracts. 100K, 10 max contracts. 150K, 15 max contracts. Otherwise, the only other thing I could think of that it would maybe be is if you're trying to place an order on the continuous chart. That might be why. So you would want to use, make sure you're using the front month. So we're in March right now, right? So NQH 2025. Yeah, I took one trade. I'm down 328. Oops, wrong screen. Yep, took one short earlier inside of the macro, wanting to see price maybe run lower. Bearish SMT at the highs here at 10 a.m. Nice displacement down, shorted in inside this bearish fair value gap and bearish breaker. Stop was originally above this fair value gap, trimmed it down to this high once we traded up into here and traded back down. So cut my stop down a little bit, but yeah, we've been I said when I took this trade that it was if it failed that we're probably going to see high resistance / seek and destroy conditions. Apparently there's a difference between, like, people will say like, oh, it's not seek and destroy, it's high resistance conditions. I don't care, dude. They basically give you the same outcome. They're both low probability and they both usually equal stop losses being hit. all these people that want to say, oh, it's not an order block, it's a propulsion block. It's not a breaker, it's an order block. Those are the same types of people who get offended every time somebody's not politically correct as well, I'm assuming. And you know what? I hate that shit. All this political correctness. No, sir. Not here. Not on this channel. Nika, look. You and Will. Nika and Will sitting in a fair value gap. I would say you're watching ICT together, but I don't think William trades ICT. Which is fine, William. Totally fine. I'm sure you've seen it plenty of times work out in your favor, and vice versa. God. Would you say the fail was because of 15-minute SMT bullish? No, I would say I just went over why I would say it failed, Jeffries. But in short, I got sucked into the 1 minute, even after forming a bias on the 4 hour. Based around this yellow shaded area here was actually us inversing a 4 hour bearish fair value gap. So when 10 a.m. came around and we had the news came out right here and we shot higher. And we formed this bearish SMT. And then we displaced lower. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe we're just going to continue lower through a bunch of low resistance liquidity. But that was not, because when 10 a.m. opened up, that was the 4 hour candle closing. above here, which was an inversion. So, yeah, essentially, yeah, I'm just looking at the 1 minute PD race when the 4 hour was essentially saying the exact opposite. So that's what I would say was the reason for it. Every once in a while, you just get sucked in, boys. What can I say? All right, new hourly here. I'm gonna watch this for another, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to see what price does. This is, yeah, it would be nice. I'm not so confident that price is gonna like all of a sudden pick up volume and start breaking out of here and spooling higher. I keep jumping up to these higher time frames because I was, I'm hoping to see like an imbalance maybe being tapped into on a higher time frame. But there's really not a whole lot of that going on. But yeah, let's do a little pulse check, huh? Trading tomorrow. I mean, you know what's crazy is like this price action today, like, would have absolutely been my expectation for what tomorrow would look like. I don't know if it'll look the exact same tomorrow morning, given that it's the day before NFP. That is NFP protocols generally, if you're trading ICT, that is, to trade up until end of New York session Wednesday morning, and then be sidelined until after NFP. So I think it might depend on how today finishes up. Will I still be on charts? Yes. Will my expectations be high for pressing buttons? We'll see. I'm just excited that William and Nika are potentially might become the new hot item on these future streets. little trading power couple action. Yeah, all these indices look identical at this point, huh? Well, macro's not really doing a whole lot, but go trade. Let me know if you guys are green, red, or flat today. I'm not going to give you a break-even option, because even if you got stopped at break-even, you're either a little green or a little red. Most likely, so. If you're down $1, you're red. Red is red, damn it. Let me know how you guys have done so far this morning. Trading and all this. If you also don't mind, drop in the chat how many number of trades, if you took trades today, how many trades you took. Curious to see how much button pressing was done today in this condition. Nika, look in the Discord. I see Mason. Hang on, Mason. Let me check your message here. I see you posted some. Been sitting in this one for a bit in drawdown, looking for yesterday's New York value area low to hold and price action to reach for yesterday's point of control value area high. Been a brutal sit through. Current session POC value area high just flipped to tight position. Not the best trade setup. Will reduce risk quickly if this moves in my favor. Best of luck. You guys want a voice? You guys want a voice channel in the Discord? Let me know. I'm picturing creating a voice channel and then like one person's gonna just pop in there all the time and they're just gonna be waiting for other people to join. And they're gonna be like, hey man. Hey man, what's up? You trade today? There you go, Mason. 6 trades, green, and in another trade could end even more green or closer to flat, depending. 2 trades, 1-1. 1, 2. Green by just doing the opposite of top step. Those guys don't miss. Oh man, you sound like Patrick Whelan now. Yeah, I don't know, because there's no imbalances, like any higher time frames down in here, like this is all efficient. It's kind of making me feel like we'll just see price potentially, if anything, either go sideways or maybe a slow grind higher. But outside the macro now, and what time is it? Yeah, I just don't see anything that like looks super appealing, if I'm being totally honest. And I feel like this thing could reverse at any second as well, so like I don't know. Yeah. If I put more trades on them, they're probably not going to go well. Or they're just going to be totally me guessing and hoping, which I don't want to do. I'm not kidding. Listen, I believe you. Yeah, why are you yelling at me? Might be the move now when everyone is off the charts. It might be. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be totally done for the day. I will absolutely have my eye on things. I'll keep you guys posted on X. And possibly in the Discord. Possibly in the Discord, boys. But, yeah, as of right now, down just a little bit. Down 328. So, not too bad. Just one trade, so we'll be back, boys. But as far as tomorrow goes, never say never, boys. I could stream tomorrow. The plan going into the week, though, was Monday through Wednesday and then NFP Friday. So tentatively, that'll be the plan. But if tomorrow morning you see me with a scheduled live stream, we'll be live and we'll have some fun with it. But appreciate you guys showing up as always, man. Like the stream if you would be ever so kind before you hit the dusty trail. And I will see you boys at least by NFP Friday, possibly tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your guys' Wednesday, everybody. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Our trade sits at his desk, coffee in hand. The NASDAQ charts on his screen, he's in command. He's a day trader, chasing dollars and dreams. Using ICT concepts, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. From Fibonacci retracement to volume spread analysis, Tyler knows the smart money, he's gaining an advantage. He watches the market like a hawk in the sky. With every tick and every turn, he's catching the high. Running with the smart money, kicking up dust. Tyler trades a day trader you can trust. He's dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire. With the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire.